This is the story of how James Van Der Beek's friends came together to help him purchase the Texas ranch he'd been renting for 5 years, just 33 days before his death from colorectal cancer at age 48. The actor who defined a generation as Dawson Leary passed away on February 11, 2026, leaving behind a wife, 6 children, and a devastating financial reality that would shock his fans. The Dawson's Creek star who had no residuals. When James Van Der Beek landed the role of Dawson Leary in 1998, he was 20 years old playing a 15-year-old in what would become one of the defining teen dramas of a generation. The show ran for 6 seasons and 128 episodes, making him a household name. What most fans never knew was the financial reality behind all that fame. Van Der Beek revealed something shocking in 2012 when he said, "There was no residual money. I was 20. It was a bad contract. I saw almost nothing from that." Compare that to the main cast of Friends, who continued pulling in more than $20 million per year in syndication income. Shows that weren't on the major networks didn't have to pay proper residuals to actors. Van Der Beek admitted that when the Dawson's Creek money ran out, that's when he signed on to other projects just to stay afloat. His net worth at the time of his death stood at $3 million. The move to Texas and the diagnosis. September 2020 brought major change when James and his wife Kimberly packed up their 6 children and left Beverly Hills for a 36-acre ranch in Spicewood, Texas. The timing came after the death of Van Der Beek's mother, 2 miscarriages for Kimberly, and a business deal that went sour. Kimberly revealed the Texas property cost less than it cost to live in Beverly Hills. But they were renting, and for more than 5 years they made this ranch their home. Summer 2023 brought the first warning signs when Van Der Beek noticed changes in his bowel movements. That led to a colonoscopy and devastating results, stage 3 colorectal cancer at age 46. Van Der Beek later said, "I'd always associated cancer with age and unhealthy lifestyles, but I was in amazing cardiovascular shape, and I had stage 3 cancer, and I had no idea." He kept the diagnosis private for over a year before going public in November 2024. The financial strain. By late 2025, Van Der Beek was running out of money to fact. He auctioned off personal memorabilia from Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues, including the necklace Dawson gave to Joey for prom, which sold for over $26,000. Van Der Beek used the hashtag #CancerIsExpensive, and that auction raised more than $47,000. A podcast deal that would have paid $700,000 fell apart when the companies pulled out. December 2025 brought what seemed like good news when Van Der Beek said he was feeling much better, but behind the scenes, the battle was draining everything. Friends step in. January 9, 2026 changed everything. James Van Der Beek became the owner of the Texas ranch his family had been renting for more than 5 years. The property sold for $4.76 million, but he didn't do it alone. His representative explained, James secured down payment for the Texas ranch for the family with the help of friends through a trust so they could shift from rent to mortgage. Friends stepped in to make the down payment possible, giving the family ownership and stability. 33 days later, on February 11, 2026, James Van Der Beek passed away peacefully at the ranch at age 48. The GoFundMe response. Friends launched a GoFundMe on the day Van Der Beek died with a goal of $550,000. The statement was clear. The costs of James' medical care and the extended fight against cancer have left the family out of funds. The response was overwhelming. The GoFundMe surpassed $1 million in less than 24 hours. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw donated $25,000, which carried special weight because Dawson's character idolized Spielberg throughout the show. Garden Health, Van Der Beek's cancer screening partner, also donated $25,000. Zoe Saldana set up recurring donations of $2,500 per month. 5 days later, the total had climbed past $2.6 million from approximately 50,000 donors. The bigger picture. Some questioned why a family that just purchased a $4.76 million ranch needed a GoFundMe, but the CDC notes that colorectal cancer is the second most expensive cancer to treat. Van Der Beek had been fighting for 2.5 years while supporting 6 children aged 4 to 15. Representative Rokana said, "Tragically, even a beloved actor's fight left his young family drowning in medical debt and struggling to stay in their home." Colorectal cancer rates in people under 55 have been climbing since the mid-1990s, and in 2023 it became the leading cause of cancer death for Americans under 50. Van Der Beek didn't even realize the screening age had dropped to 45, and when he got screened at 46, he already had stage 3 cancer. 33 days before James Van Der Beek died, his friends helped shift his family from renting to owning the ranch they'd called home since 2020. It was an act of love that gave Kimberly and their 6 children stability. Katie Holmes wrote, "I am so grateful to have shared in a piece of James's journey. Kimberly, we love you and will be here always for you and your beautiful children." What happened to James Van Der Beek goes beyond a beloved actor's story. It's about the reality of cancer treatment costs in America, the life-saving difference early screening can make, and the power of community to show up when everything falls apart. His friends helped him buy a ranch.
His fans helped secure his family's future, and his advocacy for cancer screening will continue saving lives. James Van Der Beek owned his Texas ranch for exactly 33 days, but the impact of his life will last far longer.